I thought I'd do a short video here on my Scag SWZT 36. It's a walk-behind mower. There's a bunch of videos out there on this one, but figured I'd show you mine and some of the modifications I did to it, particularly like grass flap and the mount for the accelerator aluminum bagger. You know, if you're in the market for one of these things, you've probably done your research on them. The controls are pretty standard for a hydraulic mower. You know, walk behind 0 turn. So on the control panel here, this is where your key goes. You've got your blade engage, disengage, speed control, throttle, choke, hour meter, and then these two levers here control your forward and back movement. You know, so they're in the neutral position right now, so you got your neutral locks right here, so these actually pop off, and then the lever will pop out this way. So that's neutral position. Pull it back, motor goes in reverse, or that wheel goes in reverse. You pull both levers back, motor goes in reverse. You let them go, motor's moving forward once you can get the speed control. This is your e-brake here, parking brake. Your safety handles here, right? So you let go of these and the engine stops. Either of these two, they're actually I think they're kind of tied together. So as long as you have your hand on at least one of them, engine stays running. Got your gas tank here, gas cap, gas gauge, cup holder. Got your this is hydraulic fluid reservoir, overflow reservoir. 14 horse engine on it. So this is this is actually one of the main reasons I bought this mower, is the deck height adjustment. So some of the other walk behinds made by Scag and others don't have quite so easy of a deck height adjustment. So one of the reasons I bought it was for that. So to adjust the deck height, all you do is pull the cotter pin out. You can lock this guy, pull this handle forward here, lock it in the transport engage position, and you can adjust your pin to whatever height you want here. So I've got mine, I had mine at 4 inches. It's been pretty hot here this summer, so go at 4 inches, pop the pin back in here, pull forward on this guy, and then you need to actually simultaneously pull up on the transport deck lever, or on the deck transport lock. So I'm gonna try to do that here. And when you let the big lever go, it puts the stop back against the pin. So very easy deck height adjustment up and down. Moving around the other side here. So I've got a couple of attachments on here, or a couple of modifications that I made. So one is the grass flap, and this is just really handy. Anytime you're going around hedges or along sidewalks or anything, or if you have people walking by, you can just close that grass flap and avoid fleeing grass or sticks or stones or whatever else might get kicked up. This aluminum piece back here is actually the mount for the accelerator bagger, and so I had quite a time trying to get these two accessories to play nice together, or basically just to kind of fit in here. But I did manage to make it work. So I like having both of them. So it's nice to have the ability to bag when you want, as well as to have the grass flap to be able to block off that chute when you want as well. So I'll just kind of get down into it a little bit here. So the grass flap, you can kind of see flips up, but the part that comes with the accelerator bagger is just this aluminum piece right here, right? And there's a couple of bolts right here and here. I had to drill holes for those to get down through the deck. And I just kind of positioned it, front to back, roughly where I want it to be. And let me just grab the bagger. I'll show you how that goes in. So there's the pin up front there that you can see, and then there's this little catch back here. And so the pin fits into one of these holes, and right now I have it so I'm able to get it in the front hole. The second hole here. And you can see right down there where the grass flap pivot point almost interferes with the accelerator bagger, but not quite. So before I put the grass flap on, I actually put the bagger on first, and then I put the grass flap on a couple weeks later. But before I put the grass flap on, I was using the front hole. But I found that the second hole actually works okay, and I'm still fairly well lined up with the front edge here, so it's not too bad. And then, so I'll pop the bagger off here and show you the grass flap. Okay. So the grass flap comes with these little spacers. So there's a 1-inch spacer on the bottom and a 1/2-inch spacer on the top back there. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see here, but so I've got them positioned right up against the back of the vertical brace on the mower. In both cases, it's actually really, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show you this other side here, but you can kind of see. Where are we here? Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to see that, but basically both spacers and both bolts are kind of positioned tight up against this orange vertical piece here that's attached, that comes pre-attached to the Scag deck. So again, had to drill 2 holes down through, got the bolts going up through there. The grass flap has these slots. I had to slide this thing pretty much as far this way as I could get it, and I actually had to make a little modification on the accelerator bagger bracket. I had to actually notch this out so that when the flap closes, you can see that that hinge actually kind of sits down in that little notch right there. Let me see if that focuses. Yeah, right there. See? So if I hadn't made that notch, it would actually stop, you know, right about there and wouldn't close all the way. So that was a little modification I had to make to that bracket. And then I ran the cable for the grass flap kind of underneath the deck, so you can pull this deck off, but the cable runs underneath here, and you can kind of see it. Hope you can kind of see it down in there. And I just zip tied it to the chain right here, and then ran it straight back, and it follows up here and on the back side. It kind of tucks right over in here. Now there's a little bit of a kink right here, which I'm hoping isn't going to cause too many problems with the cable wearing out prematurely. I thought about notching in here, and I actually might still do that just to make that cable sit in there a little more flush. But got the foot pedal mounted right here. Had to drill 2 more holes through the back of the deck right here, just to get that pedal mounted. But it works pretty good. So basically, you just kind of step on the pedal to. Oops, let me see if I can focus there. Just kind of step on the pedal to open it, and again to close it. So it works pretty good. So one other thing I forgot to mention on the grass flap piece is that the grass flap comes with this little I don't even remember the name of it, but it's a little plastic kind of angle piece that's supposed to go on the top of the. It's supposed to fit between the flap and whatever surface it's tucking up against the mower. Because of this bracket for the accelerator, I was not able to use that piece. So if you want to be able to, if you're using a sulky or something and you want to be able to ride with the flap kind of half open like this, you're going to get debris kind of shooting out the top through that gap there. So I wasn't able to make that piece work though, because otherwise it would have added extra thickness in there and the flap wouldn't have closed all the way down. So that was a decision I made. I'm not using a sulky. I'm not going to be running this with the flap half open at any point. It's either going to be open or closed for me, so that worked out okay. So that's pretty much it here. I've been pretty happy with this mower. I will say that if you're going really fast on this one, if you're using a sulky or something like that, it is, and if the ground's uneven, that kind of thing, the mowing deck will bounce around a little bit. So if you're doing a lot of properties that have kind of uneven terrain, this might not be the best choice. But I'm a homeowner. I'm using it for residential use. I've got a half acre, a little over half an acre, and it works great. I'm able to do the whole thing in about 40 minutes, and it goes pretty good. I typically use the third speed setting, so I'll use the second one for doing the kind of the first pass around the perimeter, and I use the third one for pretty much everything else. Occasionally when I'm feeling frisky, I'll go to the fourth setting there and be kind of half jogging, half walking to catch up with the mower, but it was good exercise. So that's pretty much it. There's a couple other controls here that I haven't really used. So these little levers down here, there's one on either side. That's supposed to kind of allow the rear wheels to freewheel, kind of separate from the hydraulic units. I haven't been able to get them to engage and disengage real well, so I just kind of leave them alone. If I need to move the mower, I just start it up and move it. You got your fuel filter here. Air filter is under the front here. yeah, been pretty happy with the mower. The 36-inch width works well for me. You know, gets through my gates and stuff and around trees and so forth that are tied up against fences. Yeah, it's been a good rig. So anyway, hopefully this is helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to, put them in the comments section. I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching.